The Little Mermaid is a classic fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen, first published in 1837. The story is about a young mermaid who dreams of living on land and experiencing the world of humans.
In the depths of the vast ocean, far beneath the surface where the light barely touches, there lived a young mermaid, the youngest daughter of the Sea King. Her name was Ariel, and she was the most beautiful of all the sea maidens, with flowing hair like spun gold, and a voice as melodious as the ocean's lullaby. Though her life was filled with the wonders of the sea, Ariel had a longing that set her apart from her 5 older sisters. While they were content to play among the coral reefs and swim with the dolphins, Ariel was enchanted by the world above the waves, the mysterious realm of humans. Every so often, Ariel would rise to the surface where she would gaze longingly at the ships that sailed by. She marveled at the humans with their strange ways and their music, which filled her heart with a yearning she could not fully understand. Among all the wonders of the human world, it was the sight of a handsome young prince that captured her heart most completely. One stormy night, as she watched from a distance, the prince's ship was caught in a fierce tempest. The winds howled, and the waves rose high, smashing the ship to pieces. As the prince was thrown into the churning sea, Ariel sprang into action, diving deep to save him. With great effort, she brought the unconscious prince to shore, laying him gently on the sand. She sang to him with her sweet voice, hoping to bring him back to life. As the first light of dawn touched the horizon, the prince stirred, but before he could fully awaken, Ariel heard voices approaching. Fearing she would be seen, she slipped back into the sea, watching from afar as the prince was found by a group of humans who took him to safety. From that moment on, Ariel's love for the prince consumed her. She yearned to be with him, to live among the humans and to share in their world. But she knew that as a mermaid, it was impossible. She could never be with the prince, as long as she remained bound to the sea. Desperate, she decided to seek the help of the Sea Witch, a powerful and malevolent sorceress who lived in the darkest depths of the ocean. The Sea Witch was feared by all who knew of her, for she was known to grant wishes, but always at a terrible price. When Ariel swam into her lair, the Sea Witch welcomed her with a sly smile, already knowing what the young mermaid desired. Ariel begged the witch to grant her the ability to walk on land and be with the prince. The Sea Witch agreed, but her terms were harsh. In exchange for giving Ariel human legs, she would take the mermaid's beautiful voice. Without it, Ariel would be unable to speak or sing, and there was one more condition. If Ariel failed to win the prince's love and marry him, she would not return to the sea as a mermaid. Instead, she would die and dissolve into sea foam, lost forever. Though the cost was great, Ariel's love for the prince was greater still. She agreed to the deal, and the Sea Witch handed her a potion that would transform her into a human. The transformation was excruciating. Ariel felt as if a sword had sliced through her tail as it split into 2 legs. But she endured the pain, driven by her love for the prince. When she awoke on the shore, she was discovered by the prince himself, who was struck by her beauty and grace. Though he did not recognize her as the one who had saved him, he felt a deep affection for her. Ariel tried to speak, to tell him that she was the one who had brought him to safety, but no words came. Her voice, the most precious gift she had, was gone. Despite this, the prince grew fond of Ariel, and she was never far from his side. They spent their days together, but the prince's heart remained distant. He loved her as one might love a dear friend, but his heart belonged to another, a princess from a neighboring kingdom whom he believed had saved him from the storm. When the time came for him to marry, it was to this princess that he pledged his love. Ariel's heart shattered. She knew that her time was running out, that soon she would turn to sea foam and be lost forever. Her sisters, who loved her dearly, learned of her plight and went to the Sea Witch, offering their long, beautiful hair in exchange for a chance to save Ariel. The witch gave them a dagger and told them to give it to Ariel. If she used it to kill the prince and let his blood fall on her feet, she would be transformed back into a mermaid and could return to the sea. On the night of the prince's wedding, Ariel stood by his bedside, holding the dagger in her trembling hands. She looked down at him, sleeping peacefully beside his bride, and knew that she could never bring herself to harm him. She loved him too much, even if it meant losing her own life. As the first rays of dawn touched the sky, Ariel kissed the prince's forehead, then threw the dagger into the sea. With that, she prepared herself for the end. But instead of dissolving into sea foam, something miraculous happened. Ariel felt herself lifted into the air by a gentle breeze. She was no longer a mermaid, nor was she a human. She had become a spirit of the air, a being of light and grace. Because of her selfless act, she was given a chance to earn a soul by doing good deeds for humanity. Ariel would live on, watching over the world, and one day when she had done enough good, she would rise up and join the souls in heaven. And so the little mermaid, who had loved so deeply and sacrificed so much, found a new life, one filled with hope and the promise of eternal happiness.